In the vast universe of comic books, one name stands out for its stark realism and distinctive storytelling: Harvey Pekar. Known mostly for his autobiographical comic series American Splendor, Pekar's work defied the conventional norms of the comic book industry, giving us a unique and realistic portrayal of everyday life. Born on October 8, 1939, in Cleveland, Ohio, Pekar was the son of Polish immigrants. His early years were marked by a love for books, music, and above all, comics. This love grew into a passion that would shape his entire career. In the early 1960s, Pekar moved to Cleveland Heights and began working as a file clerk at the Veterans Administration Hospital, a job he held for nearly 4 decades. It was during this period that he started writing reviews and essays about jazz and books, marking the beginning of his literary journey. Despite his interest in writing, it wasn't until the 1970s that Pekar ventured into the world of comics. Inspired by his friend Robert Crumb, a well-known underground comic artist, Pekar began writing his own stories, focusing on the mundane realities of his own life. In 1976, Pekar self-published the first issue of American Splendor. The series, a collection of autobiographical stories, was a stark contrast to the superhero-dominated comic industry. It depicted the everyday life of a regular guy in Cleveland, dealing with regular problems. These stories, drawn by a variety of artists including Crumb, were a breath of fresh air, resonating with readers who found a piece of their own lives mirrored in Pekar's world. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Pekar continued to produce new issues of American Splendor, gaining critical acclaim and a devoted fan base. His work was praised for its honesty, humor, and unique perspective, bridging the gap between comics and literature. In 2003, Pekar's work reached a wider audience when American Splendor was adapted into a successful film. The movie, starring Paul Giamatti as Pekar, introduced a new generation to his unconventional storytelling. Harvey Pekar passed away on July 12, 2010, leaving behind a rich legacy of work. His influence continues to echo in the comic book industry and beyond. Today, Pekar's work remains as relevant as ever, his stories a testament to the extraordinary within the ordinary. His belief that comics could be a platform for real-life stories changed the landscape of the industry, paving the way for a whole new genre of autobiographical comics. Pekar's legacy is not just in the pages of American Splendor, but in the impact he had on the world of comics and storytelling. He showed us that even the most mundane moments can be filled with splendor, that every life has a story worth telling. His influence continues to inspire a new generation of writers and artists, keeping the spirit of American Splendor alive. In the end, Harvey Pekar was more than just a comic book writer. He was a storyteller, a critic, a voice for the ordinary man, and most importantly, he was a reminder that in the midst of everyday struggles and mundanity, there lies a world of splendor waiting to be discovered.